This is a video on how to complete a mail merge using data from your gradebook. I do have to preface this video with saying that everything I learned is from Kim McCabe in civics. She is the brainpower behind mail merge. I'm just compiling all of her knowledge into a video to help out anyone else who would like to use mail merge. So what's the purpose behind mail merge? Well, like I said before, you're using data from your gradebook to send personalized emails to students. So this is one that I did a trial run on earlier. And you can see that it's very personal. My name is on it, my current grade is on it, and then in here are all of the assignments with current point values directly from the gradebook. So this would be great to send out to students every so often, or maybe just to F students or just to D students to let them know, hey, these are the assignments that you're missing. This is what you can do to pull up your gradebook. So there's a few things that you have to do in order to prepare your account for mail merge. The first thing is in your email. You're going to go to File, Account Settings, and again, Account Settings. And there's two places where you're going to have to change your default email. The purpose of this is so that any email sent out to students comes from your DAOF email instead of your K-12 email. So on the email tab, you're going to select your DAOF email and then make sure to click Set as Default. Then on data files, you're going to do the same thing. So in email and in data files, you're going to click your DAOF email, you're going to set that at default, and you're going to close. So now anything that you send out using MailMerge is going to go straight to your, straight from your DAOF email. The next thing that you want to do is export your gradebook. So this is the data that is going to be pulled in that mail merge. So after you go to grades, then you're going to click export grades at the top, and then you'll see this page. Obviously, you can export if you just want certain groups or sections, but probably best to do all users. Sort by last name, make sure that the username and the defined ID is in there as well. The most important thing is that your grades points is checked, your grade scheme is checked, and first, last, and email. This is important because the mail merge needs to know where to send the information, so having the student email in that data will allow it to send specifically to the student. Now what you want to do is check off any items that you want to send out in that mail merge. So it's a good idea to only check off items that you have either currently assigned or that you want to be gathered in the data that you're pulling. So you want to make sure that you uncheck anything that you don't care about or that hasn't been assigned in your gradebook. It's also important that the final calculated grade and final adjusted grade is checked off as well. And you're going to want to make sure that you export to CSV rather than exporting to Excel. So click Export to CSV to get that downloaded file. Once you've done all that background work of setting up your email and downloading your gradebook export, now we can actually get on with the mail merge, and mail merge is done using Word. So after you open up a blank document in Word, you're going to click on Mailings and Start Mail Merge. There's a few different options here. Kim suggested to always use the step-by-step mail merge. It kind of guarantees that you don't miss any steps, and it'll probably make for a more smooth running mail merge. So we're going to use the step-by-step, and since we want to send out emails, we're going to select emails on the side, and then we're going to click next, so you can see the step-by-step walks you through everything that you need to do. Then you have a few different options. Whatever you put in the body here on the white page is going to be what is sent out to the students. So you can either type whatever you want here, or Kim had a great suggestion that you create your own document and keep it as a running log of assignments so you can keep adding to it so you don't have to recreate the wheel every single time. So that's what I created for our 7th grade math. So I'm going to choose this mail merge file that I've already created, and that's kind of a running document for us to keep adding to, so that way we don't have to recreate our email every time. So you can pick any of these options. I'm going to go ahead and select a mail merge template that I've already created. And this is what it looks like here. So this is just saved from my desktop. And there's a few things that you can see here. There's these merge fields that are already inserted. And those merge fields that are inserted, this is what's going to be pulled from that data that we downloaded. And this is going to be filled in for each individual student. So you can put whatever you want in this body information. I have included the final calculated grade scheme so they know exactly what their current grade is in the class. And then we have compiled a list of current IXL assignments. And then you can see here that these merge fields, this is what's going to be filled in from our Excel document. So you can, like I said, include any information that you want in this section. Now we're going to select recipient. So I'm on step 3 out of 6. And this is where we're going to download or upload, sorry, that downloaded Excel document. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that export from the gradebook and open that up. Once you've imported that document, you're going to see the list of all of your students in that gradebook. Before I started this video, I went ahead and altered my gradebook export a little bit just to protect student records. So I've replaced some student names with Christina, Elizabeth, and myself, our names, and our emails. But all the information as far as grades go is the same from the grade book. So this is an actual student's grades. Each line here is from the grade book. I just changed the names so to protect their identity. So there's a few things that you can do here. Say you want to just pull students that have a grade of F. You can click the button that says filter, and then you can field this section by using the calculated final grade scheme symbol. I just want to pull F students. So now that I've filtered, only my name is selected because I'm the only student out of those 3 that has a final grade of F. So that's if you're just wanting to send to your F students, but if you want to send to all, you can clear that field. And then you can just make sure that all the names that you want included in your mail merge is selected. Then you press OK. So once you've done that, it's now all of your information has been loaded into mail merge. This is where you can start to play around with your merge fields a little bit. So this template was already mostly done, but I have a few things that I want to include. So these areas are blank and I want to fill them in. So I'm going to go to Insert Merge Field, and you're going to pull the name that you want to be pulled directly from your Excel file to be included in this document. So for this one, this is for the 1.03 quiz. So I'm going to scroll down until I see that 1.03 quiz. This one, the first one always is the point value that they currently have. So when I put that one in there, I'm going to end that with out of 5, just so when they see it in their email, they know that whatever score that they got, it's out of 5 points. Then in this box, I'm going to go ahead, scroll back down to 1.03, and I'm going to put this second one. Now this second one is actually their grade scheme. So that's going to tell them if they got an A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to do the same for the 104 test. I'm just inserting that merge field, scrolling down, selecting the numbers that they got. I'm adding out of 20 just so they can see their points out of their total. And then in my other box, I'm going to include that scheme symbol as well so they know what grade that they earned. So that's how you can use those insert merge fields. It's going to give you all the possibilities from that Excel document that was uploaded. So that's why it's important to be picky about which assignments that you check off when exporting your gradebook, because that's what's going to be pulled into this section right here. So now that I have my file the way I want it to look, I can go ahead and press next to write my letter. that doesn't really change anything. I still have my file here. Now this is what gets interesting, previewing the letter. So you're gonna see when I click preview the letter, how this email changes. So I pressed preview, and this information is now auto-filled with everything from that Excel document, from that gradebook export. So it says, "Good afternoon, Christina Ailstock." It's letting Christina know that she currently has an A in my class. Here is a list of Christina's assignments with current grades. So you can see that if I go back and forth, anything that had a merge field has now been replaced with Christina's personal information. And so when Christina receives this email, she's going to be able to see that this skill is completed with an A, and then this skill is missing. So if she was looking for an assignment to complete to improve her grade, that would be her starting point. Now, what you can do is in this section over here where it says preview your letters, you can scroll through all of your recipients just to kind of make sure that all the information looks exactly how you want it to look. So I know that Christina's information looks good. Next, I can see Elizabeth's information, and you can see that all the information changed based on the student. Elizabeth has a B in the class. Here is a list of Elizabeth's assignments. And then again, her individualized grades from that grade book. Filter for one more student. Good afternoon, Abigail. Currently an F in the class. And then all of the assignments and their point value from the grade book and the current grade scheme. So what I'm going to do just for sake of my PLC is exclude Christina and exclude Elizabeth from this mail merge. And I'm just going to send it to myself, and so you'll be able to see how it populates into my email. So once I am happy with the way that my email looks, I've made sure that I have all the students included that I want, and I like the body of the work. I'm going to click next. And when you have a bunch of students that you're sending to, you're going to be able to see all those names be filtered through very quickly. So you'll know as they're being sent because you're going to start to see the name appear change, and that's going to indicate to you that they're being sent out. But I'm going to go ahead and finish and merge. So once I click finish and merge, then that way it will be sent to me. So at the top, you're going to press finish and merge, and then you're going to click send email messages. Obviously, you want it to go directly to the email that was pulled from that document. On the subject line, you can write whatever you want. I'm going to write current math grade. You want to keep it in the HTML, and then we're not really sure what the send records is from, so we're just going to leave it at all. Then we press OK, and that is sending the email. At this point is when you would see those names start to filter through, so you would know that multiple emails were being sent if I was sending to multiple students. Now I can go ahead and open my email, and since I had altered that to be sent to me, this was the email that was sent out, and I can see that this is exactly what it would look like for a student. It was sent from my DAOF email, which is what we want so the students can reply to it. Kim also brought out a good point. When you're filling out the initial email, it's a good idea to include every student's last name because that way if someone replies, you know who you're dealing with instead of if you have multiple students with the same name. It kind of covers that for you. So then you can look through. This was the email that was sent to me, F in my class, all the grades and the assignments that need to be completed. So this is how you use Mail Merge to send emails, especially to a large amount of students with individualized assignments and grades.